Hey folks, Bruce here from 4 Low Life, episode 3, putting together a press brake. Still working on welding the lower half of the die together. I'm about 75% of the way there, but at the same time as doing that, so that I can do it slowly, I'm starting to work on the upper die holder, which is this piece right here. Right, what we've got here is the end view of the 3/4 inch steel flat bar, and you can see that the end has a curve to it. That's the factory edge. And if you look, if I put a piece of flat on here, you can see that it's actually not square, it's rounded a little bit. So you can see if I try and push really hard on here and I'm off on an angle at all, the die is going to be able to roll. And I need to make that perfectly flat. So my first thought was, right, this will be easy. Grinder, run along the top. Not gonna work. Okay, bigger grinder. Better, but not gonna work. See, the problem is with the small grinder, it can wobble around a lot. The disc is fairly small, and it's pretty easy when I'm traveling along a rounded surface for the grinder to wobble around. And that's why I switched to the bigger grinder, because the bigger flat disc, plus that grinder spins a lot faster, so it's kind of got that centrifugal force thing holding it level, like when you try and tilt a bicycle wheel that's spinning. It stays level, but it's not level enough, and you can't control it enough to be perfectly flat. There's got to be a tool that's pretty much made for exactly what I'm trying to do. And after a couple of minutes of thinking about how I could make one of my own, I realized that all I needed was a router. What if I just put a die grinder bit in it? Well, it makes a lot of noise and it makes a heck of a mess, and I would strongly suggest not wearing a fleece, but check out this edge. Now, the downside to using a small round spinning thing to make a really long flat surface is there's going to be little bumps and deviations in it. So what I need to do now is run something long and flat across the long and flat surface. Ideally, I'd be using a handheld belt sander or something like that. I don't have one, so I'm doing it with a file. So as you can see, there's a couple of spots along here where it's still a little bit low, but the sections in between are coming out nice and flat. Right there, nice flat section. So I can barely feel most of these divots at this point, but I'm going to keep going until they're all gone. Well, that was a lot more filing than I've ever wanted to do, but it's done, and I've got the 2 side clamp pieces tacked in place temporarily, and it looks like it fits fairly well. So here's the 2 side pieces, and here's where my die is going to go. And you can see it's nice and flat across there. So the next step is to take it into my drill press and drill 35 holes through all 3 of those pieces, then tap 35 of the holes and then re-drill 35 of the holes. Actually, I've got to re-drill 70 of the holes. This is going to take a while, and I'll show you the results in the next video. Hope you enjoyed that. Stick around, click subscribe, click the notification bell, and leave a comment below if you feel so inclined. Thanks for watching. Bye. it.